This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Vargas versus McManus. You all have been together for 4 years and are living together, is that correct?
That's correct.
Right.
Ms. Vargas, you've come to court today with some very specific allegations. Tell us why you're here.
Well, I'm here to find out to see if my future husband is sleeping with my sister-in-law or anybody else.
With your sister-in-law or anybody else?
Correct.
It's one thing if it's a woman, but your future sister-in-law, his sister-in-law, that has a whole nother level to it.
It's hard to deal with. It makes me feel crazy.
It is a very big problem.
Yeah.
I don't have any desire to be with my sister-in-law. I only have eyes for one woman, and that woman is standing right there to the right side of me.
So, Mr. McManus, what do you hope to prove today?
I hope to prove that I'm not lying to her and that we get our future going together back where we need to go. I want to get married to her, and I want to be with her the rest of my life.
Does it make a difference whether it's another woman or a sister-in-law?
Well, you know, let's just break this down.
Break it down. Break it down.
Break it down so it'll be broke forever.
There you go.
If it's another woman, she's gonna be out of your life if you get past this. But your sister-in-law is family. That's a whole different animal. And I can tell this has put a strain between the two of you.
Yes, ma'am, it has. I'll leave the house sometimes, go for a walk down to the lake or something, and then, of course, she says I'm going down there to meet somebody else. And hey, it breaks my heart. It tears me apart that she just won't listen to me and believe that I'm telling her the truth.
Well, it wasn't always like that, I'm sure.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
So how did you two meet?
At my job.
She's
Okay.
a stripper, was a stripper at the time.
Oh. All right,
Okay.
tell me about that.
I just got out of a relationship, and I decided I want to go check, out another woman or women or have some fun, let loose a little bit.
So you set yourself free,
Yes.
and you gonna go and see what freedom tasted like.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's one way to do it. So, Miss Vargas, what did you do to actually come in contact with him?
Well,
Well, wait, now, I mean,
saw
that's
him.
at a strip club. Can you?
I know exactly what I'm asking, Mr. Cutler. Let this lady answer the question. I know.
You
what
sure?
I
You sure
I
you know
got
what you-
this. I got this. Go
Okay.
ahead, Miss Vargas.
He was really different from all the other guys that were there. I've never sat with somebody who was real gentle, didn't touch me, like wasn't grabby, didn't, He was really different. He was very smart. He's like an encyclopedia.
You got all this at the while interacting at the strip club?
Yeah.
Because I've seen strip clubs on television,
Good answer, Mr. Cutler.
and there really isn't a lot of dialogue about, world events going on.
How do you know that?
I've seen strip clubs on television.
Okay.
I've seen them in the movies. And,
I'm just verifying.
Okay, but there really isn't a lot of discussion about world events and all that. How did you make this connection?
Well, when I called him, we met at a restaurant. It was an official date. We got drunk and went to the hotel, and
Well,
I
in all
ravished him. He doesn't remember.
actuality,
I drove him to the hotel.
By anybody's standard, that's a good date. Come on, you got to.
Mr. Cutler, I'm not going there with you. I'm like,
That's a good date. Now, come on.
just, I don't know.
Let's hear from Mr. McManus.
Was it a
All
good
right.
date for you?
It was, absolutely.
What did you like about her?
Well, one thing, she's drop dead gorgeous. I mean, I wake up, I'm so proud to wake up next to her every morning and look at her. She looks gorgeous when she rolls out of bed.
All right. Why do you believe he's cheating with his sister-in-law?
When she comes around, I mean, nothing stops for her. He goes and gets her things, or we'll be playing dice, and they can have a conversation for 10 minutes, and I'll just be there in the background, just
You cut
looking
yourself
at them.
out of that conversation.
How do I cut myself out if you guys are
well, hold
looking
on.
at each other and not looking at me?
Is it true that you're attentive to your sister-in-law?
I'm attentive to any guest that comes to my house.
I understand that. I'm asking you something different. Are you attentive to your sister-in-law?
Like any normal guest that comes to my house.
Yes.
Attentive.
But it's two flirtatious personalities getting together, and it creates a bomb sometimes, I think.
Okay, so that would be
And
innocent, right?
I would think so, but it goes over. There's you're supposed to stare at a person like so many seconds. Well, it goes over and beyond.
And your gut is saying,
It's screaming.
your gut is screaming that this is not just like ha,
Every
ha,
day.
ha. It's
Yeah.
another level to it.
Is this one of
Correct.
those women's intuition things?
It is.
It's not always
And
right.
wait a minute. And don't say it like that either.
I mean, anybody looking at that would think, well, they're just, naturally flirtatious. And she's saying there's something that I'm just getting this feeling. So that's why I'm asking, is it women's intuition?
There's more to this story. Watch this. Have you ever caught them communicating with each other?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, they say hi.
Wait. What have you caught?
I would think it was her, but on the phone together. But when I asked her, she told me no. She denied it.
Okay, but how do you know that they were talking?
I seen it on records, on the phone.
Our phones are linked because
They're
of the
linked.
plan we're on. So she downloaded an app
Somehow.
that's supposed to read files. So I go in there and look at it when she's accusing me, and I say, well, that's your phone number making the call. That's your phone number making the text.
And it wasn't just for my number. My number was there, but his number was there also.
And so what you've seen on that tracking is that his number and her number are talking to each other.
Correct.
But what about when she uses my phone to call my sister-in-law?
Why would I do that if I had my own phone?
Your phone's dead.
True that.
So if they're family, so they're talking.
No. But you remember when you went women's intuition thing, and I said, it's more to it than that. And she said they're communicating, and the sister-in-law is denying this communication, which ramps up your belief.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you have?
In the bathroom, I had noticed I was putting up clothes and I could hear. So I opened up the clothes and I listened more. And he's like, it's okay, honey. All right, okay. And then he's telling me, I'm like, who are you talking to? And he's like, nobody. I'm talking to myself. I'm like, why are you cutting yourself off in mid-sentence?
But do you call yourself honey?
No, and she thinks she has this supersonic hearing that she's developed. And
it's a really thin wall. I mean, you can hear everything.
When I'm taking care of my personal business in there, I'm not going to talk on the phone.
The question is, Mr. McManus, when she's in another room, why are you talking on the phone in such a way where it's like, but she's getting that impression?
I don't know where she gets that from.
All right, going back to the women's intuition, because I'm stuck there, Mr. Cutler. Have you seen any behavioral changes?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me about that. Moreover, tell Mr. Cutler about that.
Well, in the bedroom, we like to watch porn, to get motors running, get it started.
Get the party started.
And I started noticing the different kinds of porn that was coming up.
Okay.
The BBW, it's,
Big, beautiful women.
Big, beautiful women, I started noticing. And he just, that was just recently.
So what then is going up to BBW?
Well, it's just something different, I'm not used to it.
Miss Vargas, let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Is your sister-in-law full figure?
Yes, she is. She's beautiful.
So that's the connection.
That's the connection.
See, Mr. Cutler, there's the three-step push to her gut screaming. There it is.
And that's all part of
the women's intuition. Now, would you agree that your sister-in-law is full figure?
Not in my eyes.
And has there been a switch in your viewing tastes?
No.
All right. Well,
it's been consistent.
Been consistent.
Well, there's her side, there's his side, and there's the sister-in-law side. And we have the sister-in-law here today.
That's fine. That's good.
We're going to find out.
How are you?
Have a seat, please.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Would you state your name for the court, please?
Jennifer McManus.
And Ms. McManus, how are you familiar with our litigants?
Daniel is my brother-in-law, and Janine is my friend and my soon-to-be sister-in-law.
And do you understand why you are here?
I believe I do.
All right. All right. Now, can you tell me why Miss Vargas believes that you are, in fact, sexually active with her fiance?
Well, I believe that Miss Vargas has a low self-esteem from past relationships that she's been in. I'm sorry that I'm a voluptuous, good-looking woman, and every man wants me. What can I say? I'm proud of myself. I just wish every woman was as confident as I.
Well, Ms. McManus, Ms. Vargas has indicated that there's a special connection that you have with Mr. McManus, the way you all talk, the way you interact. What is that special connection?
Well, I've never really thought of it as a special connection because I treat him just like I treat every man, with kindness, compassion, love. I like to have a good time, laugh, joke, carry on, tell a few dirty jokes, and I just draw people into me.
Miss Vargas has said, she has testified today that she's asked you, do you talk to Mr. McManus on the phone? And she said you've denied it. And then she finds on phone records that you have in fact talked to him. Do you talk to him on the phone?
No, I do not talk to him. For one reason, he will not talk to me because I guess she gives him attitude about whoever he's talking to, may it be no one, because I really don't believe that he is talking to anyone. I think that it's in her mind that she's convinced her own self that there's something going on and there's not.
All right, I'm gonna just ask you point blank. Are you in a relationship with your brother-in-law?
No, Your Honor, I am not.
Are you in a sexual relationship with your brother-in-law?
No, Your Honor, I am not. I'm sexually happy right where I'm at.
With his brother?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. McManus, I noticed in your court papers that you left for 2 weeks.
She left for 2 weeks.
She left for 2 weeks.
Yeah, there were several times I left.
All because you
October.
believe he's cheating with your sister?
Yeah, if it's not her, then it has to be somebody else.
Right.
I mean, something's going on with somebody.
And you are convinced of that?
Yeah. I'm
So when you came back after leaving for 2 weeks, what happened?
Well, I came back and I saw some hand soap that only comes from the shop that she works at. It was a brand new bar soap, and I didn't put it there.
So that was proof to you that your sister-in-law had been in the home
Correct.
while you were gone?
Yeah.
Your Honor, we carried bar soap probably 2 years ago. So if they had that bar soap, they've had it for 2 years.
But it wasn't because you had been at the house during that time
ma'am.
period?
No.
So is that women's intuition when you
won't
leave
let
and
me in
come
the
back
house.
and you notice something that was already there?
I don't know what that is. I can't speak to that. But clearly, Miss
She thinks it
Vargas,
was-
Miss Vargas believes that there was proof she was there or that the relationship is continuing. And you say that if you find out he is, in fact, having a relationship outside of yours, this relationship is done.
It is done.
Mr. McManus, it's not looking good.
No, it's not, but I'm not lying to this woman. Like I said, I'm ready to go the distance with her.
Here's the evidence that we've seen so far. That you're giving your sister-in-law extra attention. You all have this special connection that you have. You're on the phone in a secretive manner where she hears you whispering. Miss Vargas leaves for 2 weeks, comes back. There is soap and other products in your bathroom that come from the same place where your sister-in-law works.
They were already there before.
This court has done a full and complete investigation to determine, is Mr. McManus cheating with his sister-in-law? At this time, the court would like to call licensed and certified polygraph examiner Tommy Platt into the courtroom. Ron, would you please escort him in?
Yes, sir.
Hello, Mr. Platt.
Good morning.
Welcome. Could you please state your credentials for the court record?
I have 30 years experience in the United States military and law enforcement. I have been a licensed polygraph examiner for 10 years, and I've conducted nearly 3,000 polygraph examinations.
So a little bit of experience under your belt. You performed a polygraph on Mr. McManus, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You asked Mr. McManus, during your 4-year relationship with Miss Vargas, have you ever had sexual intercourse with your sister-in-law?
That's correct.
What was his response?
He stated no.
What did the polygraph reveal?
The polygraph determined that he was being truthful.
Now, I see the tears of, is that happiness?
Yeah.
Is that relief?
Yes.
What's going through your mind?
I'm just happy you're telling the truth, both of y'all.
But we do have one more question. Mr. McManus was asked, during your 4-year relationship with Miss Vargas, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman? What was his response to that question?
He stated no.
What did the polygraph determine?
The polygraph determined that he was being truthful.
Miss Vargas, you came here for the truth. You've gotten it. Mr. McManus, I am so glad. I see the tears in your eyes. Tell me about that.
Oh, I'm so happy. Now we can move past this. And there's one thing I'd like to say, though, before we adjourn from this. Miss Julie Jeanine Vargas, would you do me the honor, privilege of letting you guide your stars, guide me through our relationship to our final destination so we can end this ride together?
I'm so sorry, honey.
It's okay. I love you.
Congratulations to both of you.
It's a great first step.
It's a great first step.
Now, here's the thing. In a number of situations where there's another woman, you can just get rid of the other woman. This is a sister-in-law. She's not going anywhere, so you all have got to coexist. You've got to make up whatever you got going on between you two, and you've got to be sensitive to her feelings. If you do that, you all will be fine. And as we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a great relationship. Court is adjourned.
Thank you.